Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here on this beautiful money making Sunday. Hey, you know the drill, man. We live 365 just to let you guys know our thoughts, opinions, and how we see the day's action playing out. Madness continues, y'all. The madness continues, man. It's Sunday, round of 32, day 2. Another kind of chalky day yesterday, man. A lot of shit happened. It was a couple dogs, though, a couple dogs. But for the most part, some chalk. Of course, y'all know I gotta say something to y'all before we get the show started. Y'all know. There's 2 words I gotta say before we get the show started. Hook 'em!
Welcome. Oh, you said, hook 'em.
Hook 'em, baby. Sweet 16 bound, man. Shout out to my boys. My other team, Van. I don't even really want to talk about it. Hurt my feelings. Chris, what's happening? How you doing?
Yeah, doing all right. Yeah, came through with the play of the week yesterday with Houston. Just absolutely drilled Texas A&M in that one. Had sort of a 50-50 day, but it's kind of the high of the first round of the NCAA tournament's gone. Now you kind of just get back into sort of what you know, and that high point game was a great way to end the night. And yeah, I'm ready to break it down today. Help everybody make some money. We got more NIT games today. NHL, the NBA is a little bit better.
Little.
It's a little bit better because they put out less games, less bullshit today.
Yeah, right. Oh, it's that time of year in the NBA. It's just you gotta bet on the living, as they say, because man, you never know. Some of these other teams, what their thought process is on tankathon and maybe their motivation wise. Sometimes you can't tankathon all the time. They get up for some of these games sometimes in the NBA. So tread lightly in the NBA. So hey, happy to be here. Sorry I missed you guys yesterday, but hey, definitely some good games. Gonzaga is actually one of those teams that if you look, they've made the tournament, I believe, in 27 straight for Mark Few and company. They never won it. So it is one of those things. I think some injuries got to them. So shout out Texas there. Got the job done. Hook them up. We've seen Texas a few times this season come up where they looked awful, and then we've seen them come up in some good games. So, hey, they punched their ticket to the Sweet 16. Congrats. I wish that Zags had their second leading scorer in there. Might have made it a little more interesting of a game. But when it came down to it, hey, Texas got the job done. Shout out Texas. Hey, 3-1 day for me yesterday on the college side of things. That was my lone loss. Was Gonzaga there in that one? So hey, on to Sunday's action. And then I had only one in the hockey. I stayed away from the NBA, as I said, tread lightly in the NBA. And I dropped it with the Islanders. Woo, the Romanellis. Ooh, young in that game early, and then I got smacked around. Montreal kicked the crap out of the Islanders late in that one. Oof. One of those ones. So looking for a bounce back in the NHL today. So, hey, let's get to Sunday's card. As you said, there's some pretty good games here to finish off the second half of the Sweet 16. Get those final with it. So, hey, let's get to it.
Let's do it. I'm pretty hot right now too, man. I've kept my I had another winning day yesterday. I went 4-2 yesterday overall. I cashed my 10-star yesterday with the Orlando Magic. I see some of y'all talking shit, bro. I cashed yesterday. You know what I mean? I'm at the window. Shout out to the Lakers. They did get the dub. Shout out to Luke Kennard. What a shot. I had 3.5 though in my back pocket with Orlando. Shout out to them boys. So cashed another 10-star. I'm now 15-7 in 2026 on 10 stars. Cashed what? 9 of my last 11. So on a hell of a run there. I don't have one today. I didn't want to force one today. So it just wasn't. There's a couple good spots, but none I thought that were 10-star level spots. But cashed that there. My loss in the NBA last night was I also had Charlotte. Shout out to them. They beat up on Memphis. My loss was the Suns. What the fuck was that, Phoenix? Are they just ass now? 5 straight losses. We'll talk about them here in a little bit. So, and then solid day for me in college hoops yesterday as well. 2-1 there. My only loss just so happened to be my top player of the day, man, Vandy. Oh my God, Chris, bro, Chris. How did they collapse? And then how did that not fall? How did that not go in? Well, I've been on the wrong side of all the fun shit. So like I had Santa Clara. When I needed it to miss, it go in. When I needed to go in with Vandy, it come out. I was on North Carolina's fucking collapse, man. I feel like I've been on all the bad beats. The one I had that was good was TCU, so I guess I was on the right side of that one to start the tournament. But other than that, like all the bad beats I've had. It's still been a really good tournament for me, though. It's been a really profitable tournament, so I'm trying to keep it rolling. But my losses, I haven't had all right, that's just a bad pick. Like all my losses in the tournament have been heartbreaking, gut wrench, rip my heart out. Oh man, but that's March, man. That's why we love it. That's why we love it, man. It's the madness of March. Sometimes you win them, sometimes you lose them, and we sign ourselves back up for it all over again today, y'all. So, anything else y'all want to talk about before we hop into today?
How about UNC Wilmington not showing up for me yesterday? Last time we see that cool ass logo, but Liberty showing up. And we're going to talk about a couple games. I just wish some of these teams cared about the NIT more than others, so that we could at least cap the games properly, as opposed to having to figure out just motivation and who's going to play and whatever. So that's just my gripe for the day. Everything else, I'm ready to break it down. Like I said, the NCAA
got so mad about Orlando. They cashed. It was 3.5. It cashed. It closed 2.5. That cashed. What are y'all talking about? Calm down.
Well, yeah, them side tournaments, as you said, the NIT. It's like I wish you knew. It's kind of like bowl games. They're like bowl games in college. You're just kind of trying to guess and going, what's the motivation factor here? Who's in? Who's out? Who's playing? It's just even the CBI was like, yeah, we're not doing this. We're out. So they checked out of that tournament too. So it's kind of tread lightly in the NIT. Those are the ones you have to do your digging on your homework and find that beat writer that's hanging around going.
We going hunting. We going hunting in the NIT today.
Jason said he's found one. He's like, yeah, I found one.
Hunting in the NIT today. If you know, you know. We'll talk about it here momentarily. Before we talk NIT, let's talk tournament, baby. Let's talk the big one. The big tournament. We got Purdue. Two teams I've been on this year. Purdue versus the U. Canes. Canes getting 7.5, total 147.5 here in our first one. And we have Kentucky. Wildcats out on the road. Well, neutral. Versus my Cyclones. Yeah, can I get my graphics right? There we go. Versus the Cyclones. My Cyclones. They land 4.5. Another team near and dear to my heart. A team I've been riding a lot this season. Chris, we'll start with you, sir. How you feeling in these first two? It's a good game to start today.
Yeah, I don't have a strong play in that Purdue-Miami game. I feel like the number's right on. I want to lean towards Miami in the points, but I think the Purdue is the better guards and the size to match the big advantage that Miami usually has, which is guys like Renault inside. So I'm going to lean towards Miami plus the 7.5, but I do not love it at all in that one. And give me Iowa State. I think Kentucky are frauds. I think that the Joshua Jefferson, while it sucks to not have a player of the year caliber player in Josh Jefferson, it's the next man up for Iowa State. You know, you can shift Momcilovic over to the 4. You have Buchanan that can play the 5. You still have solid guards for Iowa State. Kentucky, you know, the horseshoe up their ass fell out after that 3 went in, and I think they're cooked. Iowa State, that defense, you don't need Joshua Jefferson to play that defense. They're gonna put pressure on Kentucky here. Yeah, send Kentucky home. Bye, Big Blue Nation. Give me Iowa State.
From the franchise player. First 2 games of the day. Zawacki, how you feeling?
And for me, the first one we're looking at Purdue and Miami. I like the over here. I think we see plenty of offense between these two teams. We've seen the Hurricanes in their last matchup allowed over 81 points. And when they do that over the last couple of seasons, 18-3 to the over. So I think we get a higher pace game. And Purdue, when they score 87 or more points, 18-2 over the last couple of seasons to that over. So in a game you expect this opened at 149.5, down to 147.5 in most places. Trying to look like people think it's going to be an under. Well, for me, less wood to chop. All right, I'll take the over 147.5 there in Miami and Purdue. And what I think is going to be a higher scoring game to start the day. And then Kentucky, Iowa State. I think same thing. It's almost the same number, 147. I think that's too light. We've seen what Iowa State put up last time. I think Kentucky's defense isn't the greatest as well. Is Iowa State going to put up another 100? No, but I think they can definitely put up some points. This one opened 146 and it's starting to work its way up. So completely opposite line movement of the Purdue game, and I think for good reason. I think this gets easily into the 150s offensively. Give me the over Kentucky, Iowa State. I lean Purdue in the first one.
I think these 2 games is fucking tough, y'all. Y'all know I love 2 of these teams, man. It makes it tough, bro. Fuck. I've told you guys all season here on the show, Miami's really good. They were underrated and undervalued all season long. I thought they were, top of the ACC, while a lot of people kept trying to tell me they were middle of the pack in that conference. And they went out, proved that they were near the cream of the crop. Here they are, here in the round of 32. And I do think this is where the train comes to an end. Another team I've talked about a lot this season is the Purdue Boilermakers. If you've been watching this show, you know the big beef I've had with Purdue all season long, because I actually think this team, from a talent perspective, like overall is a top 5 team in the country, but we've seen this team lay eggs multiple times this season. This team, a lot during the regular season, just didn't look like the team we expected them to look like. Well, here recently, since the conference tournament has begun, Purdue has turned it on, and they've looked like the team I thought they would look like. I honestly think this line is right where it should be. I no longer think – I think the books finally priced Miami right. I don't think they're underrated and undervalued here. Purdue is the better basketball team. I would have it, I'd probably have a line like 7, but the way the tournament has gone the last couple of days, like the team that is better has beaten up on the team. Like what's supposed to happen has happened. And I know Purdue's better than Miami. I've watched a good amount of these 2 teams. If I were going to bet this game, I would just take the better team and lay it. And that's Purdue. So it's been a hell of a year with Miami, man. Shout out to the Canes, man. Shout out to the U. But I do think their season comes to an end here. I'm going to lean towards Purdue and lay the points. I haven't bet this game, and I'm probably not going to want to bet this game. I would love to see Miami win this game outright. I would love to see some dogs get active here in the tournament. So we'll see. Maybe I can get in live on Miami in the game or something like that. As of right this second, though, I have no money on this game, but I just gave you my thoughts. Iowa State, Kentucky. My Cyclones, man. Y'all know this is my team. Shout out to my boys. I ain't taking them today. I'm not. I'm on Kentucky plus the 4.5, man. Jefferson is a huge loss. Huge loss. I've watched enough Iowa State basketball this season to know. Without him, I don't trust this team laying multiple possessions. They're still better than Kentucky. I still think they win this game. I don't want to lay multiple possessions. So I'm leaning towards the Wildcats in this one, man. When I went back and kind of deep dive this game, when you go back and look at Iowa State in the biggest games they played this season, look at Jefferson's numbers. Bad. So what that tells me is in the big games when he struggled, they struggled. And now in a big game without him on the floor, I still think they're the better team. I just don't want to lay multiple possessions. I think this is a game that's going to be fun right down to the wire. In that style game, I want the points in my back pocket. So, hey, I'm just telling you, man. I'm just telling you what happened when I got the handicap. So
leading the poor people off a cliff.
We'll see. I hope my Cyclones still win this game. I hope they win this game, man. I really do. Keep my bracket intact. Keep my shit talking going. Shout out to my Cyclones, man. And my boy, hopefully, he'll have a week off. He can come back, be ready for the Sweet 16, ready to rock. But I don't know. I'm just telling y'all my thoughts, man. That's all I'm here to do. We'll see what happens, man. Let's keep it rolling. We got the Johnnies, Patino versus Bill Self, man. Two legendary coaches going head to head. Johnny's laying 3.5, total 144.5. And we got Virginia versus Tennessee. Maybe you're the only 10 I see, right? Zawacki, we were looking at these two.
Oh, this is a pretty good game between these two teams. St. John's and Kansas rolling along. Two good coaches. This is going to be a tough one. I think you got both teams that love to play some solid defensive basketball. And I think that's what shows. I think that's what shines here. You look at neutral court games. Kansas holding teams to about 67 points a game. You look at the Johnnies a little more out on neutral court this year, giving up about 76, but they've honed in the last couple of months, giving up about 66 points a game. This total went up on the rise. I think people are thinking it might be a little higher scoring game, but I don't think so. I like the under here. And then sidewise, I was looking at it. I like Kansas as a dog here in this spot. I think in a game that probably comes right down to who's got the ball last. You're going to give me 3.5 with Kansas. I'm going to take Kansas here. Plus the 3.5, and what I think is going to be a great battle. And I think it's going to come down. I think this is going to be one of those memorable game buzzer beaters, easily one bucket game. So give me Kansas plus the 3.5 here. And then the other one you got, what's the other one? You got Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia, Tennessee.
Virginia, Tennessee. Give me the under 137.5. These two teams definitely play some solid defensive basketball. Slow play game is going to slow right down. Going to be like what we seen. What was the other game yesterday that was slow? Iowa games, same type of thing. Slow paced. First to 70, if we even get to 70, wins this game. I think it finishes somewhere in the 60s. And then it's a coin flip on who wins this game outright. Virginia, the line split back and forth. Virginia was favorite. Now they're a point dog. Tennessee was a point dog. The line, I think, is right where it is. Should be a pick 'em, as these two teams are that close. But defensively, I like the under 137 here in this one. Give me the under.
Fair enough. I don't have any real thoughts on this Virginia Tennessee game, honestly. Like, this is Virginia's is not a team I like all that much, and I do think Tennessee's the more battle-tested team. Tennessee, I didn't think they were one of the best teams in the SEC this year, but, I'm forced to tell you what I think. I do think Tennessee's a better basketball team. I think that's why they're favored here. Forced to play this game, I would lean Tennessee. I have $0 on this game as of right now. But that's kind of my thoughts here. Of all the games, it's probably the one I'm least excited about. Of course, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch them all. Ain't got nothing else going on a Sunday. So, yeah, that's my thoughts. Lean Tennessee, but I'm probably not going to bet it. We'll see what happens. Love this game right here, though. It's going to be a good one, man. Holy shit. If you watched the bracket show, me, Chris, Romanelli, and Brad did, you saw I took the Johnnies all the way to the Final Four. All the way to the Final Four, man. Rick Pitino going on a legendary run, and I still believe that. I'm a little nervous of this number, though. I don't know if I really want to lay the 3 in the hook. The hook make me nervous. I really wish I could get like 2.5. If I could get 2.5 or 3, I would be on St. John's. Without getting one of those numbers, I'm cool. If if I were to take my handicapper brain off and just bet, I would take St. John's money line. I don't really want to pay 165 is what I think it is. That's a nasty price. That's but with baseball around the corner, you know, you know how it's gonna get. So, if I were to allow myself to place one bad bet today in terms of like laying juice, it would be St. John's money line. I think they win this game. I'm nervous laying at 3.5. Um, they are better than Kansas. That's why they're up and over a bucket favorite here in this game. I think they have the better coach, even though Bill Self is a hell of a coach in his own right. Um, you know, Kansas is coming out of the tougher conference. St. John's is battle tested though, playing UConn a few times, and then they did play a pretty tough non-con. But I do think Kansas is the more battle tested team. They played the tougher competition for longer through conference play. But I I'm not mad at nobody saying, you know, getting up and over a bucket with Kansas in a game I'm expecting to be close is where I want to be. I understand that wholeheartedly. I just don't like betting against the team I know is the better team. I know St. John's is the better team. It's madness, so the 3.5 does make me nervous. Forced to just take the spread, it would be St. John's laying the 3.5. That's my thoughts here on this one. Chris?
Let's see here. DK's got St. John's minus 16.5 at plus 420.
Oh, you think it's a beat down blowout?
I am so out on Bill Self. He hasn't made the second round in second weekend, 5 of the last 6 years. I think this is a personal game for St. John's. I think that, you know, a lot of folks are going to be on Darren Peterson and, you know, that, you know, Kansas with all the players they have. But Zuby Ejiofor, who's right now a player of the year contender, he got exiled out of Kansas. I think he takes this game personally. And I think that St. John's, I don't know why, I just feel like St. John's is going to be the more physical team in this game. I think that's going to be the difference here. I'm not actually taking the minus 16.5. I'm just saying I just think I think St. John's wins this one by 6 or 7 points. I think that I just really think that St. John's is just a far better team in this game. And just when I look at this, I just can't get away from that. I just can't get away from what I feel is St. John's winning this game by that number. I don't know why. It's one of those sort of gut feel plays, but yeah, I'm taking St. John's here. The other one, Tennessee, Virginia.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I think wrong team's favorite here. I like the job that Ryan Odom's done with Virginia. And we saw yesterday with Duke, kind of the wake-up call that, you know, they got from Siena in that first game. Now they beat the brakes off of TCU. I think we could see the wake-up call here for Virginia. I'm not saying they beat the crap out of Tennessee, but I think that they got the wake-up out of the way. I really like this job that Ryan Odom's done. And I'm not trusting Rick Barnes in the tournament. I think Tennessee's going to have a couple of the best players on the floor in Jacoby Gillespie, Nate Ament. But I think that Virginia gets it done here. So I'm going to take Virginia.
Alrighty. Gators. Laying 10.5. Yeah, where's Brian at when you need him? Laying 10.5 on the Hawkeyes, total 145.5. And zone against Utah State. Utah State getting 11.5. I'm up first here in this one. I'm cool on this Arizona game. Forced to play it, it would be Arizona, but I don't know, man. I kind of
Utah State.
The thing is I've said a lot this season. Arizona's ahead is one of the best teams. It's not the best team in the country. I've said that a lot this year, but it's like I don't know. The Utah State team is interesting. It's an interesting bunch of cats, man, and I didn't lay it. That's all I'm telling y'all. I didn't lay it here with Arizona. Like I didn't lay it. So I guess that means I kind of lean Utah State, huh?
They got some swag.
Yeah. So I don't know. Some of these games I just don't have a great feel for. Like, you know, we're getting deeper and deeper in the tournament. These lines getting tight. Like, you know, there's a couple spots where I want to attack on teams. You know, I know what I'm talking about. This one, it's tough. Forced to play, I guess I would say pass. I do like the other game though. I'm gonna take I'm gonna take the Gators. It's a team I've hated on a lot this season. This team's good. You know, they're the defending champs. Iowa, the thing is, everybody on Twitter, Iowa's gonna slow the game down, man. Florida's not gonna have enough possessions to score 10.5. Shit. I think they suffocate the hell out of Iowa in this one. Like, I think it's just suffocating. I think there's gonna be a long drought where Iowa don't put the ball in the hole. And Florida is what these are similar teams, but Florida just doing what Iowa trying to do times 5. You know, Florida got the size. You know, I think this is a blowout. I think it's a woodshed. I think Florida is just that damn good. So. Chris.
Yeah, you ever see the bird that just flies in front of the open gator's mouth and then the gator's jaw just snaps shut? Oh, yeah. Bye-bye, birdie. Yeah, that's what's happening here. Iowa got the benefit of playing Clemson, a team that plays a very similar low-scoring style, physical, sort of gritty, grinded-out style of play. That was without their second leading scorer. Florida plays that same kind of physical defense that actually has an offensive game to it. Granted, yeah, you scored 114 points against Prairie View. Yeah, we probably saw that coming, but I still think that Florida wins this one by 15. I think the Gators are just they just have too much for Iowa, and Iowa's not going to be able to control the pace here. So give me Florida there.
And one thing quickly, that's what I was gonna say. Florida got so lucky Vandy lost yesterday. Oh, they got so fucking lucky. I swear. God. I wanted Vandy Florida part. Oh, I wanted it again so bad. And that was gonna be the spot where Florida goes down. Where they struggle is when they play teams that have guards that are better than theirs. There's not too many teams they're gonna run into where that's just the case. Iowa has a good guard here, but they don't have 2 good guards. The thing with Vandy has had 2 in Tanner and Duke Miles, and that's what gave Florida real issues. So we'll see. I think Florida's guards are very capable of handling Iowa here, and then the size and down low I think will be too much. So that's why I like the Gators. All right, sorry, Chris. What else were you saying?
Trying to remember. Oh, Arizona. I'm taking Arizona here. I was really alarmed with Utah State. Well, okay, fine, but hear me out. Utah State. I was alarmed with how many threes they gave up to Villanova. It felt like there was a stretch in that second half where Villanova couldn't miss until the final 2 minutes of that game. Utah State shot 27 of 34 from 2-point range in that game. They got whatever they wanted in the mid-range, in the paint. They shot well from 2-point range. You know who's got the second best 2-point defense in the country? Arizona. And I think Arizona's going to clog up that inside the paint. They're going to clog up the mid-range. I just think it's a bad matchup for Utah State. I think it's 84-70. I'm not saying it's a runaway for Arizona, but I think that they do enough to get the win and cover, sneak over this number. Give me Arizona, LAD 11.5.
All right, from the franchise. What you think here, Mr. Zawacki?
I agree. Yeah, if you look where Utah scores most of their buckets all season long, it has been in the paint. And good luck getting into the paint today against this Arizona team. They'll be hard pressed. I was on Utah State last game. This game, no chance. I got to be on Arizona here. It's just congrats to Utah State to make it this far, but you just run into the better team, bigger team, and you're just not going to be able to have that advantage in the paint like you have all season long. I think Arizona pulls away. They might hang around early if you like Utah State. Maybe in the first half they'd be able to keep around. We've seen some of these dogs in the tournament keep things close in the first half, but then Arizona will just be too much to force their will. cruise to the cover here. I'll take Arizona minus the 11.5. And then the Gators. What they shoot 55% from field goal last time out. And guess what? When they do that, they're 9-0 ATS the following game, following up a nice massive blowout game. And they win that game by about 23 plus points in those games as well. So just as Chris said, that little bird, it's like a trigger trap. The gator's mouth is open, and then the bird usually flies in. Sometimes he hangs around on the tongue. The gator will be like, we'll wait a little bit before I chomp down on you. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, bam, the jaw closes, and then Iowa's done. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Fair enough, yeah. We got, is that it? I think you grabbed it. Hold on, you
two more. UCLA, UConn.
Yeah. I got the other grade for you.
And Texas Tech and Bama.
Yeah, Texas Tech.
Give it 2 sick. All right. While that's loading, we got the Red Raiders, Texas Tech, going at it with love. Bam! Roll Tide Roll, man. 2 of my teams going head to head in a pick'em style game. Holy shit. And we got UConn versus UCLA. UCLA getting 4.5 in this one. Chris, it's you, sir. How are we feeling?
Yeah, I'm taking UConn here. I'm laying it in this one. I trust UConn. You know, after that little scary first half that they had against Furman, kind of woke up. I think Dan Hurley, same thing. I think it's the fire under the butt game for UConn. UCLA, whether they get Tyler Bilodeau back or not, I don't care. It's Mick Cronin on the East Coast. I'm not trusting him to win back-to-back games on the East Coast. I think that UConn's just a heads and shoulders better team. UConn is not as strong, or sorry, UCLA, pardon me, is not as strong defensively as they have been in past years, and not as strong defensively as past Mick Cronin teams have been. I think UConn wins this game by double digits. I like UConn there. I went back and forth on Texas Tech, Bama. Ultimately, I landed on Texas Tech. I don't love it because I do have Bama in the bracket because I thought they were going to play Akron. But ultimately, I think that the loss of Aiden Holloway affects Alabama more than the loss of JT Toppin affects Texas Tech in this game. It's going to be interesting to see. But I think Texas Tech's defensive pressure ends up being too much. So forced to pick it. I take Texas Tech plus the 1.5.
Swag.
Yeah, for me in that one, I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to take Bama. We've seen Texas Tech without Choppin. What are they, 4-3 since his going down? And I don't know. I think this Alabama squad getting up for Weed, man. We got to get up for Weed, man. Getting up for Weed, man. I like Alabama here in the spot. There's a reason why they're favored here in this one. Losing your guy because he's the guy supplying the team. Yeah, well, I think your team's still going to get up and excited. They'll find another way to get the team their stuff. As they say, it's just in Alabama. They don't like it. Other states definitely don't have a problem with it. And I think he'll have a solid I think that'll get put behind them. But I think the team's playing for it. And I think they get up for it. I like Bama here in this spot. And I've been against Bama a few times, but I think it's roll tide here for me in this one. And then looking at the next UCLA, UConn. Look at that total, 135.5. I'm taking the over. I think that's way too light for these two squads. I don't think this is going to be one of those slow-paced defensive battles. I think UCLA can shoot the 3, and then they get hot for 3. Well, we're going to see some points. 135.5 is way too light. I also lean to UCLA. UConn covering. I have not trusted them all season long to cover anything. What are they, 13-22 ATS wise. Ooh. I think this is a game that UCLA pushes it. Nick Cronin dials up enough on the whiteboard there at the end to get us the cover. I think UConn wins it, but I think UCLA gets the cover. One of those useless last-second threes to get us the backdoor cover.
I lean UCLA in this one. I actually think they might win this game outright. UConn is fraudulent. Ben Hurley's an asshole. And, I think the line kind of indicates it here. UConn, I just haven't been that impressed with them at all season long. I just haven't. Like, even in their step-up games, bro, you got beat by St. John. So I think UCLA is live, personally. I do. That's
what do you do? You ever seen The Price is Right? The cliffhanger game? When they put too much money on it. Sorry, that's my favorite game, and I just thought about it.
I got UConn in my bracket, but fuck that bracket. Man. I think UCLA might win this game. That's just how I feel.
Chris say Nick Cronin. I'm
gonna do that. The whiteboard that cliffhanger game. Nick Cronin's head on the cliffhanger. I'm just busting your balls.
I might not get cute and just go UCLA 4.5 because I do kind of want to see St. John's UConn again, just to see UConn get beat again. So, we'll see what happens. I'll lean UCLA at 4.5. I kind of really want to take the money line though. Two of my damn teams, man. Head to head. Fuck. All right. I've watched a good amount of both of these two teams this year. Y'all know that. I know who both of these two teams are. I know their strengths. I know their weaknesses. I know what they do well. I know what they don't do well. I know how they play without Holloway. I know how they play without Toppin. Texas Tech is the better team. Texas Tech is better than Alabama. And they're more equipped to play without Toppin because they've done it for longer. Texas Tech shoots the ball better from three. And then when I think about how this game is actually going to be played in between the lines, I think Texas Tech makes Alabama play their style game. And in that style game, I want Texas Tech straight up on the money line. So, you can really get whatever you want here in this game. You could get Bama as a dog. You can get Texas Tech as a dog. You can get money line, pretty much even money either way. You kind of just got to do your line shopping. Texas Tech has kind of gotten back healthy here. I know a lot of people are, they're looking at those 3 losses this team had right before, but that's old news, and they're like, well, Akron ain't nobody, but that ain't what y'all was saying. That is not what y'all was saying just 2 days ago when y'all was all on Akron money line. Like, I'm not talking about you, Chris. I'm talking about everybody on Twitter. Y'all just was on.
That's okay. I admit I sound like that. I sound like that sometimes. So you're good.
All right, bro. I like Nate Oates, but I think Texas Tech is the better team. I like Bama's style of play. It's gonna be a fun game. My favorite game this season was that Arkansas-Alabama. It wouldn't shock me if we got a good game like this here between two really good teams. But let's not forget, coming into the season, bro, Texas Tech was regarded as a top 5 team in the country, and they lost one player, and everybody just act like this team went from top 5 to bottom 50. This is still a top 10 team in the country. While I would have Alabama maybe cracking 15, So Red Raiders for me tonight. Last game of the night. We'll see what happens. Yep. So we'll see what ends up happening in this one, man. It's gonna be a good one. And then the other one, I already talked about it. Yeah, I'm fading Dan Hurley has. Let's talk some NIT. We'll do all the NIT together. We got Wake Forest laying 7.5 on Illinois State. We got we got Lil Pearl trash ass, man, versus my Seattle Red Hawks, baby. We got UNLV versus Tulsa, G-Dub versus the Lobos, and Wichita State versus Oklahoma State, and St. Joseph's versus Cal. Chris, is it you or is it me?
I think it's.
forgot.
I think it's me getting started on these.
Was you right? All right.
I think so.
Right.
So we'll kick off with this one you got here. This should be a pretty good one. St. Joe's nice ATS run down the stretch. I think they're motivated for this NIT. Cal, pretty solid squad. So are they motivated? That's their question here. I think Cal's just as motivated, but I'll take St. John. Yeah, give me St. Joe's here plus the 5.5 here in this one. In what should be a pretty good game between these two squads. I think when you get an NIT game, these two teams that I think are motivated here in this one. So give me the dog here plus the 5.5. Wake Forest laying 7.5. Not for me. I'm not laying 7.5 with the Wake Forest. No, thank you. Give me the Redbirds. I think they're the more motivated squad, getting the touchdown and the hook in that one lead. And then Auburn laying 13. Ooh, I think it's down to it was 13.5 down to 13 most places. Popped up, popped back down. But Auburn ATS wise have been just awful. Give me Seattle plus the 13 there in that one. Give me all the dogs. I think we just got to go all dogs. Let's just do that. There we go. Give me all the dogs in the NIT.
You are
I think
presented by Pick Dawgz.
Presented by Pick Dawgz. As I'm looking at it, give me all the dogs. Give me all the dogs here in the NIT today. And I bet you come out with a profit grabbing all the dogs here in the NIT.
There you go. The other tournament been chalk. I think I'm kind of right. I like a lot of the dogs in NIT today. I do. I think Wichita is live against Oklahoma State. I think G-Dub is live against the Lobos. You know, I know the Pit, tough place, but, you know, in that same breath, bro, G-Dub just walked into Utah Valley and got it done. A team that had won 27 straight home games, ain't lost at home in 3 years. So it's like, let me see what else was up in here. And I don't know. I don't want to lay no 7.5 for weight. I wouldn't do that. Now, I think 13 is a really good bet. Like, it's a really good place to be. Grab it. I think you'll be just fine. But y'all know that's not my game. Y'all know that's not my game. Y'all know what the fuck has to be done right here. We are going plus 660. Money line. Seattle. Down goes overrated, trash ass, overvalued Auburn against a young, hungry, so happy to be here. We win this thing. Oh my fucking God. Like, Seattle might blow up. Hey, what is the motivation for Auburn here? Like, you know, like, this team should have been in the NCAA tournament, man. Maybe that's what they think. And I just, man, I know I looked at the betting splits, everybody on Seattle, because it's the right bet, bro. It's the right bet. The Seattle team is hungry. The Seattle team, means the world to them. They're going to walk in your trap, take over your trap, man. Down goes Auburn. How many times have we seen Auburn be overrated this season, overvalued, and lay an egg? So it's like, you know what I mean? What better do you have to do than to sweat a plus 650 fading a team that's A, overrated, overvalued, B, has little motivation, C, has a trash ass nepotism head coach that shouldn't even be the head coach. Like, what better do you got to do? taking a team that's hungry, got the whole world in front of them. Like, bro, what better do you have to do than to sweat a plus 650? Let's go, Seattle. Let's get it done. I like the 13.5. If you're scared, just take the 13.5. Just take the 13.5. But if you want, you know what I mean? If you want to be in it tonight, if you want a couple of beads of sweat dripping down your neck, you know how it be. Seattle. Money line. Let's ride. Chris?
I think one of my favorite bets on the board today is Seattle first half money line.
Yeah.
I think that Auburn, if they're going to win this game, I like the 13.5. I might sprinkle something definitely on plus 660, but you're getting plus 350 to bet on Auburn coming out flat again like they did against South Alabama. This team is just going to come out slow, and it's going to be about whether or not they want to play. And like you said, Seattle, they have the motivation here as the quote-unquote mid-major, depending on how you view the West Coast Conference. Coming in to take on the SEC in their building, I think that I think Seattle at least comes out firing in the first half, and it's just about if they gas themselves out too early. So I like Seattle definitely plus 13.5. Like I said, plus 660, but I really like the plus 350 first half money line. I'm going to take the same angle with Illinois State against Wake Forest. Illinois State's not a bad team. I think that they could definitely come out strong here, come out swinging, and maybe give Wake Forest a bit of a shock here. What's that paying? That is plus 205. So if you parlay those two up, you're at plus 1272. That's not bad at all for me. But I really like the first half plays both. And I also like playing them individually as well. But I do like Illinois State plus 7.5 there. And I'm taking Wichita. Oklahoma State had 5 players sit out that game against Davidson. 5 key players.
So many comments, bro. Y'all are casuals if y'all think some of these teams give a damn about the NIT. This is not the NCAA tournament, bro. This is not. Yeah. Y'all tripping.
Yeah. Yeah. Wichita, they showed up and they care. They care about this tournament. They care about showing up. They're a little bit pissed that they didn't make the NCAA tournament because they lost to USF in the title game, but I think they show up here. I think they win this game outright. I think the only reason Oklahoma State's favorite is because it's a true road game for Wichita, but I think they go into Oklahoma State and win that game. So give me Wichita there. The only one I think is chalky here is New Mexico, because I do think that the Lobos want to play for Eric Olin. He's trying to carry over some of that culture from UC San Diego, trying to show that, hey, I'm still going to do this here in the Mountain West. G-Dub, I think that game against Utah Valley is more about taking advantage of the fact that Utah Valley was supposed to be the class of the WAC. They had all those issues with not wanting to pay the conference to leave and all those distractions, and kind of fell on their face. If George Washington goes into the pit and covers here or wins this game, I would not be surprised. I just think it's more likely that New Mexico wins this one by 11. So I'm going to take New Mexico here, but that's probably my least favorite of the 4.
All right. That's all the college hoops, right? Yep. Let's go to the NHL, National Hockey League Association. I got the 2 hockey guys with me today, so let's break it down. We got we got the Jets and the Rangers, Avalanche and the Capitals, Hurricanes and the Penguins, Predators and the Blackhawks, Blue Jackets and the Islanders, aka the Romanellis, Golden Knights and the Dallas Stars. They did lose yesterday. I'm kind of mad at them. Lightning, Flames. You can only be, some of y'all can't be mad at y'all's team when they lose because, they just not that good. You know what I mean? With my team, we don't won, 16 of 18, some shit like that. So when we lose, we be like, oh. Anyways, sorry. Lightning, Flames, Sabres, Ducks, Kings, Mammoth. Chris.
Is it weird if I call the Predators the Bittlers?
Nah, that's the new name.
It's a little bit offside. Okay, good. Taking the Bittlers against the Blackhawks. I just think that Chicago, they're starting to just sort of falter down the stretch. Nashville's not been a team that I back on the road over the years, but they're playing decent hockey right now. They look like they're still going to try to fight for, a wild card spot. So I think they're going to try to show some fight down the stretch. The Blackhawks for me are just trying to mail it in. So I'm going to lean towards Nashville there. I'm going to take the Kings plus money against the Mammoth. If there's one area where I've been able to back the Kings this season, it's been on the road. And Utah for me just too inconsistent right now to trust laying this price. LA's also had Utah's number for the better part of the last couple of years, so give me LA there. And give me the over 6.5 Lightning and Flames. Probably Johansson starting here for Tampa after Vasilevsky got the start yesterday. So I think Calgary can find a couple goals, but I also think Tampa's going to continue to churn out goals on the road after putting up 5 last night against Edmonton. I think they've scored now 29 goals in their last 5 road games. They're finding ways to score on the road. So give me the over Lightning Flames.
From the franchise, Hot Rod Zawacki. What are we looking at today on my ice?
First of all, I'm looking at one that kicks off here about an hour. We got Winnipeg in to take on the Rangers here. You look at these two squads, both giving 5 wins. Rangers at home been awful, right? I think they got a win here in this one. Give me the New York Rangers grab a win. Jets out on the road haven't been good, 11-16 on the season. Both these teams disappointing seasons, both the 28 wins, but I think this is a Rangers spot. I'll take the Rangers there. It looks like Comrie going on the second half of the back-to-back for the Jets as well. Comrie's been all right, serviceable for the Jets, but I think the Rangers get to him. Give me New York there. Colorado-Washington. This should be a pretty good game between these two squads. You look at this Colorado price on the road, minus 160. And then Washington at plus 150. I'm taking Washington here at this big giant plus price. Washington, when they allowed 2 goals or less this season, they're 26-1, following up a nice solid effort. So is Colorado, though. Give it to them. When they allow 2 or less, they're 37-4 this season. Should be a great game, but all the values on Washington there. And then I got to fade the Biddlers there in that spot. They got the nice win yesterday, beat up on Vegas, got the 4-1 win, and now you have to back-to-back spot head out on the road, and that hasn't treated Nashville well. They're 1-16 in the back-to-back spot out on the road is the Biddlers. So give me Chicago there in that matchup. And then Carolina-Pittsburgh. You look Pittsburgh in the back-to-back spot here as well. Should be a tough one against Carolina, but Carolina priced only $1.40. I know the better squad. I think they should be a little more higher priced. I can't take Carolina there. Skinner has himself a pretty good game here. You look at the Pittsburgh Penguins against goaltenders. Looks like Anderson most likely gets the start here for Carolina. Goaltenders with an .895 save percentage or worse. They're 11-3 this year as Pittsburgh. So I'm going to take the plus price with the Penguins at home there in that one. And then, your Dallas Stars get a loss, but Vegas sucks. They're just awful. Just going the wrong direction. Nose diving it up in this Dallas squad. When they're 10-0 at home here versus a team that's given up plenty of goals, over 3 goals a game, especially in the second half of the season at home. As I said, 10-0 Dallas. Give me Dallas here in this spot. And then the biggest game, Buffalo, Anaheim. Got you covered on a short on that one. Check it out. I'm with Chris. Tampa Bay's going to kick the crap out of Calgary. Calgary got itself a nice little win, beat Florida, but you ain't beating both Florida's teams. Tampa's coming in, and they just drove down the QE2 after whooping it up on the Oilers. They whoop it up on Calgary here and get a big win, even with Johansson in goal. I think it's probably like a 6-1 beatdown. Tampa just loves to pad the stats. Look at their numbers on the road. They've been absolutely lights out on the road. It's Tampa. They have no problem playing road games this season. Looking forward to a playoff action. Watch out for Tampa. As much as we hate Tampa, I got a few choice words about Tampa, but they're playing some pretty good hockey. Don't want to get in front of that train.
All righty. For me, I like the Mammoth. I think they win this game. A little bounce back game at home. It also happens to be a revenge game coming off the loss to the Ducks. They lost to the Kings the last time they played at home 4-2, which is on the 8th of December. I think it's a little get right spot for them. The Kings ain't nobody. They ain't nobody. So I think you see Utah that sizable of a favorite for good reason. If you're scared of that price, parlay it. Parlay it up with the stars, man. Of course, I'm on my team tonight. No reason not to be. Little quick bounce back spot at home. We done beat up on the Knights both times we've seen them this year. 5-4 at their place, 2-1 just not that long ago at our place. What was that? That was like, what, about 2 weeks ago? We beat up on them? Yeah, about 2 weeks ago. We won 2-1 at home. But I'm with Rod, man. The Knights suck right now, bro. They fake had them 2 wins where I was like, all right, they might be finna cut it on, and then they've lost 3 straight. I thought they was getting ready to finally cut it on, and they haven't. So they've gone right back to being ass. So now playing the best team in hockey, who's in a bounce back spot. Yeah, give me the Stars at home. I lean towards I like the Ducks. I do like the Ducks here. Same kind of angle, bounce back game at home that also happens to be a revenge game. They walked into Utah, got that done 4-1. They now come back home. They lost their last home game to Philly 3-2 in overtime. They also lost to the Sabres last time they played 5-3 back in January in Buffalo. I think they get the revenge. Buffalo's playing well. They've been one of the best teams in hockey today. On the road, though, I think they run into another buzzsaw, and that's the Anaheim Ducks. And they're not giving us plus money with the Ducks. As good as the Sabres have been, we're not getting plus money here for good reason. The line's even for a reason. In a revenge game, I'm on the Anaheim. So, and then last one, I'll agree with Rod. Give me the Caps. It's just too good of a plus money price to ignore. It's not like the Avs are playing great right now. This is a team that's lost 3 of their last 4. Capitals have won 3 of their last 4. It's a little revenge game for the Capitals. They lost 5-2 to the Avalanche in Colorado last time they played. So just kind of, me, when I see some plus money in a good spot, I like to attack. Fading the Avs isn't fun, but we've seen this team lose games in bunches. So I kind of think it's a decent spot. We'll see what happens. All right. Come on, man. Y'all know I can handicap hockey, bro. I do it every day. Come on, man.
Oh, you took the Ducks?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
What is it? No,
I was curious. I kind of zoned out for a second.
Oh,
no, you're good. Last slot. Let's go to the NBA, man. We'll do it all in one. This shit's ass, bro. What happened to my NBA, man? Oh my god, bro.
It's just that time of year. That's all. It's some teams don't give a rat's ass, and
it's never this bad though. This
no,
is
never.
terrible.
No, this is the worst we've seen it.
This is pathetic. Like, oh my
This
god.
is bad.
Yes, bro. And y'all know I usually try to defend this shit. Like I'm usually the one like, nah, bro, you're not. If you just, you know what I mean? Nah, this is pathetic. We got the Timberwolves and the Celtics. Celtics laying 9.5, total 219.5. We got the Brooklyn Nets out on the road facing the Sacktown Kings. Kings laying 4, total 218.5. We got Chris's team, the Raptors, out on the road facing the Suns. I believe this line has grown. These graphics were made last night. I didn't update these this morning. I haven't done a jam session yet. I'll do it right after the show. Yeah, it's now 2.5 Raptors. And we got the Nuggets and the Blazers. Blazers 9-point dogs. And there's one more. It's Knicks Wizards. I don't know what happened to the graphic, but it's Knicks Wizards. Knicks laying 19.5. Oh, there it is. All right. I think it's me. I'll go first. I don't really like this Timberwolves Boston game. Boston is double-digit favorites. You over the last couple seasons, they haven't been great. Minnesota is banged up right now with our boy Anthony Edwards still out. And also Nas Reed missed last game. He's game time decision. You also got to look out for Boston. Jaylen Brown's game time decision in this one. Celtics are on a win streak. They've won 4 straight. This is also a revenge game for the Celtics because they lost to Minnesota the first time these two teams played back in Minnesota. But this game was way back in November. I'm going to lean towards Minnesota. plus the 9.5. I don't love it, but that's the way I lean. Kings, Nets. Nets are so fucking awful, but y'all know how I feel about the Kings laying points, especially multiple possessions. Need the Kings to not only win, but to win by margin. You're asking for it. So we have seen the Nets been semi-competitive. You know, they played the Knicks tough in their last one. They did have to travel from New York to Cali, which is not easy travel. You know, I'm not really looking to bet Brooklyn, but I think Brooklyn is the right play here in this one. I just don't think the Kings should be laying points on anybody. They've been the worst ATS team in the NBA for majority of the season. Raptors, Suns, man. I don't think anybody's going to want to be on the Suns today after losing as double-digit favorites to Milwaukee yesterday. What the fuck was that, Phoenix? I had them laying 11.5. That was my only loss in the NBA yesterday. It really made me mad. Like, I was quite mad. Like, what the hell? But I've seen this spot multiple times this year where a team loses outright to a team they got no business losing outright to, and then they come back the next game and get right. The one that comes to mind is the Pistons losing outright to the Wizards, and then the next game, the very next day, flooded the Knicks. I think this is that. I'm taking Phoenix straight up on the money line. I'm attacking the plus money. It's also a good spot. It's also a good situation. Bounce back game at home, coming off an ugly loss. That also happens to be a revenge game. Not only is it a revenge game, it's a quick revenge game. They just lost to Toronto. I don't think Toronto should be favorites over Phoenix in Phoenix. If you were to tell me that Toronto's the better team, I don't think I would argue with you. But if this game was in Toronto, you know, then the Raptors 2.5, 3.5 point favorites, I would understand. But laying points on the road with the Raptors against good teams. I know the Suns haven't really been a good team recently, so you know, there's that. But I think it's a good spot, good situation for Phoenix. I want to attack plus money in this spot. Knicks in the Garden. I think they flood the Wizards. The Knicks have been night and day. They've been a pretty easy team to figure out. Laying extended numbers on the road, you're asking for, they're not going to cover. Laying extended numbers at home in Madison Square Garden, they're going to flood you, blow you out. I think Rod finna give you the stat on about the Knicks on Sunday. I think he gave that last week. Was that last week you gave the Knicks on Sunday stat at home? You're muted, sorry. You're muted. You're muted. We can't hear you.
I think it was a couple Sundays ago that we did the Knicks on the Sunday spot. Man, they just, especially at home, they eat feast.
Matt in the comments, y'all know he loved them Wizards though. He loved the Wizards. And then Nuggets Blazers. I'll lean Nuggets, but I ain't betting it. Chris.
Oh, I'm actually betting NBA today.
Are you?
No. If I had to, though. If I had to. Eesh. Did we do all six?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, thank God. I would take the Kings, if anything. It's a fade of the Nets, or take the Nets team total under, whatever you want to take it at. I don't trust this Nets team. At least the Kings are at least showing some fight by winning 4 of 5. The Nets, they're just like, yeah, we got to show up. We got to put 5 guys out on the floor, or else we'll get fined. We'll, lose draft picks or whatever. I just think this is a terrible. The NBA is terrible. So, but if I'm going to dive into the stink, why not just take one of the worst? Give me the Kings.
So, Wacky, close us out.
And the Knicks 11-1. ATS wise at home on Sundays, just crushing it. They've also won and covered 4 straight against the Wizards. And in those Sunday games, as I alluded to, 23, they're winning by 23 plus points. So lay with the Knicks there in that one. I'm going to take a shot here with Portland first half. You get a nice little money line price here on Portland first half, taking on the Nuggets. I know, tough spot, but Portland's won 7 straight first halves, and you're going to give me 2 times that money? That's where you take a shot in the NBA. There's some of these weird spots I've found, some of these first quarters, first halves, taking a dog at a big plus price. So I'll take Portland first half, It's a plus 205 for them to have the lead heading into the break. And they've done it 7 straight. So give me a shot there with Portland. And another one here. Give me the Raptors have won as a favorite against the Suns in 8 straight games. So Raptors favorite as the Sun. Nothing against that there. I like the Raptors. But I'm just going to take the Raptors here in the first quarter. It's minus 120 I see in most places, and they've won 5 straight first quarters. So we know the Suns here. I think it's a slow start. Raptors get off to the hot start. I'll take the Raptors on the money line there in the first quarter. And then give me Minnesota heading into take out Boston. I think this is a spot. Just too many points. I think Minnesota's been up and down the stretch. I think because they're just waiting for the playoffs to kick off. So I think nothing like getting up for a game against a Celtics squad here. I think Minnesota tries. I think we set it up for here from the Timberwolves. And they cover this big giant number. Boston, I believe, hasn't covered. What is it? They beat the Timberwolves outright in 18 straight at home, but they failed to cover in 5 straight against the Northwest Division. Too many points. Give me the Timberwolves plus the 10 there in that one. Few in the NBA today.
All righty, y'all. That's it. That's all. We did it. We covered everything, man. College hoops, NBA, NHL. Nice little money-making Sunday. What a week it's been, man. Holy shit, man. I feel like I've been sitting in this chair handicapping, watching games for like 60 hours. Like, fuck. I need to get outside today, man. I need to touch some grass. Y'all don't understand how much work go behind this shit, bro. I swear y'all don't. And then on top of that, making all the graphics and doing all the extra shit, bro. Holy hell. And all I ask is that you smash the like button. That's all I ask. Just smash the like button, bro. Just smash it. Share it with a friend if you really want to. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Our favorite place, the place we love the most, the place we personally have the most money on, are over at PickDawgz Premium. And if you want to, you can scoop those up. We've never forced anybody to buy. We've never told anybody you have to buy. It's just if you want our thoughts, if you want to know what we are on, you can get those. So, speaking of premium plays, franchise, what you got going for you today on this money-making Sunday?
Yeah, I got my college basketball big play. I said at the top of the show, we cashed the 10-star play yesterday with Houston. Like this play just as much. I got an NIT play on the board for sale. I also got a 5-pack from College Hoops. I got my NHL power play and an NHL 3-pack. The best thing you can do is hop on a long-term pass, pair me up with Jay, Rod, pair all 3 of us up. But use that promo code PICK at 15% off the week. Now get you into opening weekend of MLB, as well as the rest of the midweek tournament action too. So definitely check that out.
Check it out. PickDawgz Premium with the franchise player, Chris Ruffalo-Zwacky. What you got going on today, my man?
Yeah, for me over at PickDawgz Premium today, I got a 5-pack college basketball. That's 3 in 1 day yesterday. So looking to continue that nice little run into the finish off the weekend there strong. So head on over, scoop out that 5-pack. In that 5-pack is my play of the day. My college basketball slam dunk play of the day is included in that 5-pack. Or you can scoop it up singly. And then a solo play in the NHL for you today. My NHL game of the month. I absolutely love this spot to crush your book. Head on over, scoop up this plus money winner in the NHL. My NHL game of the month available over at PickDawgz Premium. But hey, better yet, lots of tournament action left. Baseball's right around the corner. We're like, 5 days away from starting to knock it out of the park as well. So the dog days of summer not too far away. Baseball's going to kick off 25th, so 3 days. So definitely jump aboard something long-term. Take advantage. 2 for 1, 3 for 1. Hey, pair Jay up, pair Chris up, pair me up today. Have yourself a big winning day over at PickDawgz Premium.
There you go. Hop on with Zwacky. PickDawgz Premium, y'all. Had the PickDawgz with me today. Money-making Sunday, man. Ooh, shit. It's been a run. It's been a week. I'm just looking to keep it going, man. Today, as of right now, I have 5 plays bet, 4 college hoops, 1 NBA. I might add another NBA here momentarily for 6 total. But last 30 days, man, I've been the number 1 in college hoops here at PickDawgz. I'm just looking to keep it rolling. Another profitable day yesterday. If you've put $1,000 on every single play I've had over the last 30 days, you're up $9,000. You know, and I have an even record. It's been a lot of plus money. I know me. I be attacking plus money. We found our spots. We found our situations, and we've been cashing them. So just looking to keep it rolling today. I got an NIT play. I got 3 plays from the NCAA tournament. My NCAA tournament big play. I did drop it yesterday. I did drop my favorite play in the NCAA tournament yesterday. It was Vandy. That hurt, man. I'm still hurt about that. I had Michigan yesterday, though, in college hoops, and I had Texas money line. So I went 2-1 plus. I had Texas money line, so plus, what was that, 3 units? I think, or 2 units, whatever that is. And then I cashed my 10-star play yesterday, which was in the NBA. I had the Magic plus 3 on a hook. So they did lose on a buzzer beater, but we cashed our ticket, which is all that matters. So been a good week. Just looking to keep momentum rolling forward, man. No 10-star today. I don't have a 10-star today. I didn't force one. My top play, I would say, is in college hoops. You can scoop it up. I'm not dropping back-to-back. I'm not dropping back-to-back in college hoops. I'm not. It was a heartbreaker last night. It happens. This is the madness of March. So I'm getting back on track on that. If you believe me, hop on with me over at PickDawgz Premium. Pair me up with Chris, Rod, Romanelli, Brad, Bittler, Al McMorty, whoever on the site, man. And let's make it a great day. If you've never bought anything from us, I know some of y'all, you probably already used it, but if you haven't, we still got the opportunity to. You can use it with any capper on the site. My code is J30. You get any of my plays for free. If it's, they're all 30. So you can get my plays for free, or you can use it on a long-term package or a daily package to get $30 off. Promo code PICK get you 15% off of everything. And don't forget, all of our plays are credit guaranteed. So if you did lose with me yesterday on that Vandy play, you have that $30 credit in your account to spend back with me today or anybody else on the roster. We're not here to sell you losers. That's not what we're trying to do. We only here to sell you winners. So that's what we got going on today, man. Money making Sunday. It's parlay time. Parlay. What you parlaying up, Chris?
The 2 NIT first halves. Seattle first half money line and Illinois State first half money line.
Okay. What you parlaying up, Rod?
We're going to go with a 4-teamer. We're going to go Chicago, the Blackhawks on the money line, the Pittsburgh Penguins on the money line, throwing them Dallas Stars on the money line, and we're going to finish it off throwing the Buffalo Sabres on the money line. 4-teamer in the NHL for you today.
I ain't mad at that. Give me we're gonna go Utah Mammoth money line against the Kings. We're gonna go Dallas Stars money line against the Golden Knights. And we're gonna go St. John's money line against Kansas. 3-teamer. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Yep. And if I were to go another one, if I were to go plus money hunting, little 2-teamer, I would go George Washington money line. Seattle money line. Fuck it. But you might as well just go Seattle money line on its own. That's a parlay on its own, plus 675. It's growing. Like, bro, man, I don't care. Sometimes you gotta put your flag in the sand and be like, I know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? I think the books are wrong. And this is one of those games for me where I think they're wrong on Auburn. And the thing is they've been wrong on Auburn all year. So it doesn't surprise me that they try to still be right. Seattle. Money line plus 675. Ride it with me. Let's sweat. Let's see what happens, man. Other than that, that's it. That's all, man. Appreciate y'all more than y'all know. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Tomorrow we go back to the weekday format, so it'll be 10 o'clock start time or 11 Eastern for for you Eastern time zone folk. I think Costi be here. I think Jeremy will be here. So be on the lookout for that as we talk about everything that happened over the weekend. Chris, anything else for you, sir?
Shit. That's I literally started talking. I was like, oh shit. Let's make it a winning day. Let's close out the week in style.
I can't even get that.
This guy's pushing a wall that don't exist. Oh no, I'm kidding. Yeah. Let's make it a winning day. See you guys tomorrow.
Zwacky. Appreciate you joining us today. Any final words before we get out of here?
Hey, make it a winning one. Let's cross the books. Loving today's card. Let's get to it.
Let's do it. See you tomorrow, y'all. We out here.